Hello all, it's Lala. Welcome to my kitchen once again. So tonight you're going to experience with me something that I've never done before. And I think we probably have experienced stuff together for the first time. Anyway, my bangs are very long and I need them cut. But Nicole, my sweet little godchild, who's my hairdresser, I promise I'm not going to cut them. But anyway, I have a friend whose son hunts, and we were having a conversation one day. I have a group of high school friends, and we graduated in 1979. And so we talked every Wednesday, we FaceTime. And one night we were talking about venison and deer meat. And I said, I sure wish I could get my hands on some deer meat. And so she called me on Christmas Day and said her sweet son, Josh, who I loved him before he got me my deer, but I love him more now. And, anyway, she said, if he gets a deer, you want it? And I'm like, yeah. And, you just have to pay for process. And I'm like, well, sure, no problem. So now I have a freezer full. We're going to go take a quick look at that. Cause we got to walk out into my garage to my little chest freezer out here. And see my deer meat. I'll be eating deer meat for a year, but that's okay because I love it, and it's very healthy. It's very, very lean. So I made some cutlets. I don't know if you can see that, some cutlets, and of course some backstrap in there. And then I have ground sausage, link sausage. I have ground meat, ground sausage, a couple tenderloins, some backstrap. I don't know. I probably said that anyway, but I've never cooked. I've only cooked backstrap, and like I've had the ground meat and ground sausage and made like chilies and stuff, but I've never like cooked like this is like some cutlets from, I guess, the leg quarters. I'm not really sure what part of deer it's from, but anyway. So he told me how to cook it. So it's all vacuum sealed and labeled. So I took my cutlets out. I seasoned them with some, what I seasoned with? Garlic, jalapeno, and some Tonys, because always Tonys. And so they've just been sitting in the refrigerator marinating. And he said just sear them with a little bit of grease, so I got my black iron skillet ready to go. Cutting up some onions, and I'm gonna sear them with a little oil and maybe try to make a little gravy. But anyway, that's what we're having for supper. My neighbor's bringing salad and vegetables, and I'm cooking a little rice in case I make gravy. I don't know if it's going to come out, but because, it's the first time I do it. But anyway, I'm getting ready. I'm chopping my onions, and I just want to hop on and say hello. I'll be back when I get to cooking. Okay, so I had to don my apron. I don't want to get any grease. So I got my grease heating up, and I'm gonna just lay them in a little bit of flour. Not really a lot, just to coat them barely. See the little cutlets, the little thin cutlets. So we're gonna see what this tastes like. So I'm doing a video because my friend Amy, whose son got the deer. She said, do a la video. I'm like, all right. I wouldn't have thought of it, but since she asked, I'm doing it. And sweet little Josh, I said, I'm gonna give you a tip. He said, no, Miss Lisa, it let me keep hunting because I could get you a deer. I'm like, all right. So I'm just doing that, and when my oil gets hot, I'm gonna just put those in my little black iron skillet and see what happens. This meat was very tenderized, like plenty. So hopefully I know it'll taste good. I think it's probably, I would think it's probably similar to the backstrap. I don't know. I have no idea. I've had lasagna with deer meat before that somebody else cooked years ago. And my sweet dad, not long before he passed away, which was in a long time ago, 87, he had just gotten a bow, and he was going to start bow deer hunting. So I'm guessing we had deer meat. I don't know. I guess we had deer meat. My dad hunted deer. I don't really remember that, but I know we had turtle and frog legs and course, we had fish and shrimp and crab and oysters and whatever, all that other seafood growing up. I'm one of those people who I clean as I cook. I can't stand a dirty kitchen. But anyway, so I think this, I don't know if it's sizzling enough. No, to throw in there. So just do a little bit on each side. So that's what I'm gonna do. So when that gets hot, I'm gonna pop back on and we'll get this stuff cooking. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. See, when it sizzles like that, well, turn them all in. Why my stove must not be level. Either that or the pot isn't. I've noticed that before. So what y'all been up to? Everybody staying safe? I should be. Washing your hands. Really good. Wearing your mask. All that good stuff. Let's see. Can you see that there? Just a sizzling. Just to fit the last piece. Okay. I'll pop back on when it gets it going good and I'm almost done. Right. Something tells me I need to put a little dab of butter in there. Because, you know, butter, everything tastes better with a little butter, right? I mean, the deer meat's healthy and doesn't have any fat, but when I'm getting done, it's going to have fat in it. Just give a little flavor. This can help with the gravy, too. I think they're getting close to being done. I tested one. You can see over there. But just a little dab. Just a couple little dabs. That's it. Just want to try that. We're seeing I got my kitchen bouquet out because, you know, I know you put that for gravy. I never really made gravy from scratch. Like when I cook my roast, I don't know, it just has gravy. But we're gonna see. They're looking good. This end of the pot's hotter. I don't know why. What I'd like to do is get my gravy and then stick them back in. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take them out, put them on some paper towels, throw in my onions, a little water, some flour, make a gravy with the drippings. That's basically what you got in here. I'm going to lower my fire too. Leave that in there. Onions. I drizzle a little more. I use olive oil. I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil in there. I'm not going to put any more salt, but I am going to put some pepper. Sorry about that. See my little saints of pepper? I love me my saints. I know that. Try to watch my salt as much as I can. Get these nice and going good. And then I don't know. I should have made my gravy first. I'm gonna make that and take my gravy. I don't know how I'm doing this. Let me get off so I can kind of figure it out. I'll be back. Okay, so I took my onions out after they got pretty limp. And I added some water and I cheated because I had some brown gravy mix. So I threw that in there with some more water and another slab of butter because, you know, just, I mean, a little pat, not slab. And I'm going to get that really hot. And once that's going, I'm going to put those back in there. And too bad I don't have a cover for this pot. Let me see if one of my other covers might my dream kitchen. My dream kitchen. Oh yeah. I won't have to bend down for my pots because, you know, when you get old, it becomes a little more difficult. Okay, that's bubbling really good. Now I'm going to take these little babies, put them back in there. Let them cook a little bit more on low. Even low on my stove, it's not that low, but it's gonna have to do. And I think we got us a supper here. This is not the kind of supper we grew up having. Like, we didn't have meat. Like, my mom bought ground meat, and she could stretch a pound of ground meat for a week. We rarely had, and we had a lot of seafood because my dad, you know, fished. And we had like duck, and I'd eat duck. I think I've eaten rabbit. I was the only one who ate duck of the sisters, and my mom didn't eat it. I'd eat turtle soup, but I just like this juice. I don't really care for turtle meat. And of course, you know, we had crabs and crawfish and all that. But we didn't have like meat, cooked meat and vegetables and rice for dinner. We just didn't. It's not how we ate. So, get some gravy on top of these. Let them saute in there a little more. Get them nice and good going. My company ought to be here shortly. And it'll be ready to go. So, that is my first attempt at venison cutlets. So, Josh, I hope I made you proud. And I'll let you know how it tastes in a little while. Okay, so here it is, my final. So we have a little Caesar salad from a neighbor, the other neighbor. Quinoa, red and white quinoa, and I didn't know they made red quinoa, so I learned that. Broccoli, and then there be the cutlets with my gravy on top of some white rice. So, I don't know. I think it'll be good. Peace.